I've tried everything to get clients and nothing. Have you really? That's the topic that we're diving into today. I'm your host here, Maria Condi, and I'm a empowerment coach that helps you get out of your own way. We work on mindset, money mindset, confidence, all those things to help you on your entrepreneurial journey. So let's dive into this today. I have so many clients that I wouldn't say so many clients. I have a lot of clients, and I hear it not just in my own world, but everywhere out there. Everyone says, well, I've done everything. I just can't get clients. And often people just stop their business right then and there because I've done it. It doesn't work. I can't get clients. But there's a little bit of resilience that's required to actually get clients. And we're going to unpackage that today. So let's dive into this because I want you to be successful in business. I want you to get over the hump of trying to get those first clients. And often people can get those first clients usually quite easily. You go through the basics of your friends and family and people close to you in your close circle, and you get those low-hanging fruit right away. And then it gets tough. And then what do? A lot of people will post a couple things on social media, or they will put up a website and no one shows up. Getting clients today requires a lot of resilience and trying over and over, and it takes consistency. It takes time. People have to you have to build that know, like, and trust factor in your audience. And it takes time. The people that you see that have these, what looks like quick wins, are making millions. You don't see the 1 or 2 years in the background where they were building the foundation. I love how Zoom puts up these thumbs up now on here, right? Anyways, we'll do thumbs up. It's good. So I wanted to, I sat there one day thinking, okay, like there's a lot of places where you can actually work on client attraction and a lot of ways to do it. Now, here's the thing. Being consistent at any one of these will get you clients. But you have to be consistent. You have to do it for the long term. You have to be strategic about how you do it. So let's unpackage these 10 things that I came up with. Okay? So the first one, content marketing, like on social media, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, like there's a million different places you can do content marketing. And you can do blog posts, you can do videos, you can do now I've just screwed myself up here because I've just combined the first two together. Um, so number two is social media engagement. So the two kind of go hand in hand because I actually use those two together. So number one is content marketing, number two is social media engagement. So what I'll do is I'll do a YouTube video like this, and I can repurpose that and put it on my social media as a post. I can actually attach it to my blog and put links in there that send people to my YouTube channel. There's lots of different ways you can actually combine the two together. But here's the thing. If you just want to do social media, you can just do that. If you just want to work on writing blogs, you can do that. If you just want to do a YouTube channel, you can do that. But I would choose one that you know that you can be consistent at for the long term. The more you actually do things repetitively, a couple things are going to happen. One, you're going to get better at it. And so the first few are going to be like, oh, God, that was embarrassing. And then it gets better and it gets better and it gets better. And this is a skill that gets honed over time. It's not you just show up and you just start making millions. It doesn't work like that. You have to build know, like, and trust in your audiences. So if you want to do blog posts, write every single week. Put quality content out there. Now, here's the thing. If you have a blog post, you're going to have to share it somehow. Because if you have a website, people are just not going to show up at your website. We're going to get into SEO and stuff like that later. But you're going to have to probably share that on social media because you're going to have to drive traffic over to it. Or if you've built an email list, there's a lot of these overlap each other. So let's go through them and we can see the sort of different combinations, and I'll speak to that as we go along. So content creation. Create blogs, videos, whatever it is that works for you, that you love. If you love writing, write blogs. The thing is, when you lean into your passions and what you love doing, makes it way easier. If you hate doing videos, then don't do them. Right, if that's your mode that works best for you. Okay. So social media engagement is up next. Like we talked about, those are Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, all of those. Creating quality content, things that are going to attract, it's a busy world out there. You scroll through your feeds, there's a lot of noise. So you're gonna have to put out quality, feed stopping content that's actually going to get people there. Writing one post on there that says, a feel good post is great, but it's not going to attract your client. Writing a post about your journey or how you've helped a client, those are what's going to get you some traction, getting clients. Number 3 is networking events, pushing you out of your comfort zone here. Actually, in-person networking events. We did online for a while during the pandemic, but an in-person one, it's like magic. It is pushing you out of your comfort zone, it's making you show up. It makes you really quickly hone in what you do so you can speak it really easily. You learn how to listen, because going to a networking event is more about listening than spewing out what you do to people. It's about listening, being engaged with people, building relationships. That's what that's all about. That takes time again, right? And it takes persistence, and it takes showing up every week to those meetings or however often they are. If you really want to up the level on that, is join a BNI group. It's, you're going to pay a decent investment to get in. You're going to have to show up because it's mandatory. It's going to push you out of your comfort zone. And it's going to, it's based on the referral network kind of process. You have to learn and speak about what you do. You have to teach people. You just show up in a very different way to those meetings. Very powerful. That's number 3. Number 4 is referral programs. And there are programs that are just for referral. BNI is a really great example of that, because it's based on that that whole premise of not selling yourself, but helping others. You're serving. Like if you've ever read the Go Giver book series, amazing, so powerful. And a lot of that's based on referral. It's like, I know this person that can help you out with that. And there is a reciprocity that happens. It's a universal law of reciprocity. When you help others, everyone rises, the whole ship rises together, right? That's what that's about. And again, it's a long game. It's not something that's immediate. Number 5, SEO optimization. So if you have that website, it's cool, it's great. Interestingly enough, this is really interesting. Some of the people that I know that have made the most money, I'm looking at the last 4 years, we'll say, that have made millions. Their websites, they don't really give a shit about the websites. They have amazing sales pages. I know people that make 6 figures, 7 figures, that do not even have a website, or their website is like 1 page. It's not like it's not how they drive their business. But depending on what your business is, you may need a professional website. Depends, there's so many things. If you're a coach, you pretty much don't need a fancy website. As you grow, you may need one. If you're writing a book, you might want a one for that, because you're going to promote in a very different way. I have a website, but my website is not necessarily where my traffic is driven from. I'm just starting my blog again. I've had podcasts over the years. So SEO optimization stands for search engine optimization. And what that means is, how do you rank in Google? When somebody types in home organizing, you want to be at the top of the page. How do you get there? It's called keywords and keyword searches. So think about when you use Google, what do you type in? Think about when you do something, what do you type in? When I used to have my cleaning company, Port Moody Cleaning Companies, that's what people would type into Google. You want yours to show up at the top of that list, or on that first page at least. So you're in those first few options. That's really important when you have a service-based business. When Google, you're going to rely on Google to help you get clients. So, a lot of this depends on what type of business you're running. If you're running something like a cleaning company, SEO is going to matter. My website for the cleaning company was quite optimized. I did have a blog, and I used the blog just for SEO optimization. And because people could book directly on my website, they could book a cleaning, they could pay for everything, they could do everything on my website. So it had to be set up just a certain way. That's when a website's very powerful. Right now in my coaching business, it's not really necessary for me to have a fancy website. It's great so that people, I do know people when they meet somebody, they'll Google somebody to find a little bit more about them. What kind of background has she got? If they don't know you, hopefully, if you've been doing consistent content, they're going to get to know you. They're going to get to know the things that how you work and how you operate and what drives you and your successes in the past and things that have happened to you. They want to know, they need to be able to see themselves in you. Hopefully that makes sense. Because, think about when you're attracted to a particular person, it's like, oh yeah, she's been through that too. That's what I'm going through right now. You relate to them. And that's part of the client attraction piece. So that was number 5. Number 6. Okay, this is a big one. And this is really hard for a lot of people to do. And that is direct outreach. And this is where people say, I've tried everything. Have you messaged 100 people? Have you gotten on the phone and called 100 people? Have you done anything consistently over and over and over so you get like 100 no's? People will stop long before that because they don't want to hear no again. But you know what? That success is on the other side of that. Now, here's the thing. If you've got a really great offer, if you've got your message really dialed in and you're serving and what you're doing is actually helping somebody, not just a feel-good sort of thing. If what you have to offer is solving a problem and you can articulate it well, chances are you're not going to have to go to the 100. If you're getting a lot of no's, you need to look at all those things. Is my offer really good? Am I articulating what I'm doing? Am I showing up with confidence? Or am I like kind of hiding behind things when you do a post? Are you owning it? Are you showing up like the queen that you are? Or king? King's attitude. So think about that. There's a lot of nuances to getting clients. And there's lots of layers. I don't teach a lot of marketing things in my world. I'm a mindset coach, empowerment coach. You can Google how to do most of those things, and you can listen to some YouTube on those, how to make powerful messages. And we have a lot of tools now that can help us, like ChatGPT, that help us. But knowing those little things can really help you lean in to getting clarity on all that. Now, here's the thing about clarity. Clarity only comes with action. You have to say your offer over 50 times before at some point you're going, well, this doesn't even make sense anymore. And am I really helping people? Am I really solving a problem? You got to get real with yourself sometimes. A little tough love. Okay. So this is where the resilience comes in. Being resilient is so key to being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. It requires you to dig in, find the grit, and get over it. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill. And when you see all those people making oodles of money, it's because they pushed that boulder up the hill. They've done what people will call hard stuff, and then it just flows. But you got to get a lot of different pieces dialed in before that happens. And it takes perseverance over and over and over. So let's get back to some of these strategies. We're on number 7. Number 7 is client testimonials and case studies. So if you've helped a couple of people, do a case study, get a testimonial. People like proof that you've done something. And often they can be from your mom or sister sometimes. help somebody, help them, put their first name on there. They don't have to know it's mom, right? But it's got to be genuine, got to be authentic, and you have to actually have help somebody and lean into those a lot. Social proof is huge now because of the noisy world we're in. Case studies are where you actually work with somebody and some of your offers can be case study related. I do that when I'm launching a new product sometimes. I'll say I'm doing this like case study with 3 people. I'm going to work with you on this, but I want to, in exchange, I want a testimonial. I'm going to help you with X, Y, Z. And then you turn it into a case study. This person came into my world. I helped them with X, Y, Z. This is how they, what it looked like in the end. And you can get them on audio, video, you know, written pieces, lean into all of that. Okay. That is number 7. Number 8. Now, number 8, I have mixed thoughts on. Okay. Number 8 is paid advertising. Paid advertising is really great when you've got it dialed in. When you know what you sell, you've got proof that it's working, and your message is really clear. Advertising is expensive, but when you've got all those dialed in, it's a very inexpensive way to get clients because your time is valuable. But you need to have some of that sorted out first. When you have a proven, something, and it's really great. You can do paid advertising starting with just like a simple freebie. And when people are liking it, and you're getting a little bit of feedback, then you start growing from there. But, paid advertising requires some expertise to it. Doing some research, connecting with, I have a Facebook ads coach that helps me through that. Over the years, I've actually paid Facebook ad specialists to actually help me build all that, my audiences and stuff like that. Not cheap. It's an investment and done well. It takes a lot of research. So that's number 8. Number 9, really getting you out of your comfort zone, is speaking engagements. If you love to speak, hop on some stages. But here's the thing, that again requires some expertise in the sense that you need to really lean into your story, because to be an effective speaker, storytelling is really important. People have to connect with you. If you just rattle off a bunch of SEO stuff and a bunch of, jargon, technical jargon, people, and just, I don't know what the word is, not inspiring things and not storytelling stuff, but just facts. 80% of people do this, and you get into that kind of stuff. Those are really important to have in there as nuggets, but you need a mix of all of that. There are coaches, and I've done programs in this. Became a certified speaker way back when, and you learn how to mix all those things together. So it does take a little bit of learning. Do you have to go to school for 10 years for it? No. Do you have to learn to speak and actually practice and go over and over? Yes. If you've got, if you really want to push yourself out of your comfort zone, we'll say Toastmasters is great to learn how to lose the ums, the ahs, and all those things that make your speech ineffective or not as powerful. And they help you do the impromptu stuff too, which is really great. Toastmasters is really, really good. And there's all kinds of online summits. There's a lot, and those ones don't require a lot of expert, like the on stage, like TEDx kind of talking. You can do summits. You can do getting on different podcasts. That's a way of doing some public speaking to really hone in your story a little bit more. Practice it. Remember, being empowered and confident and all those things comes with doing, not just by reading books and listening to me on my channels, right? It requires you to actually do. The more you do, the more confident you're going to get. Okay? Number 10 is email marketing. Email marketing is gold. Should be number 1, actually. And I think everybody should have email marketing. If we lose all our social media, if we lose our web, like our email is yours. That's your full list of people that you can connect to for anything. You can nurture them, you can sell to them, you can, they're your gold standard. Here's the thing. Just spamming your newsletter or email people, not cool. Do it with a little bit of grace and from the point of view of serving. You always want to serve. Yes, you can throw some offers in there, but your email newsletter stuff should be serving your audience. And yes, you want to make money from it, but you don't want to be spammy because you're going to have lots of unsubscribes. You want to offer value to them. You want to build that know, like, and trust factor. That's what it's all about. So that was number 10. Here's a couple other ones that are kind of interesting that are becoming more and more prominent is collaborations and partnerships. That is a really cool thing. Now, here's the thing. I really like it when you've leaned in and you really know your product well, and you've shown up and done the work and you've got it dialed in more. Because if you're going to pair with somebody, it's really great if you're owning your own expertise in there. And then you're both going to rise together. So that was that one. And the other one is community involvement. Now, this is a really interesting one because when you're doing things of like when you're serving and doing things of goodwill, you meet a lot of people, you connect with a lot of people, you are raising your vibration, which is a whole nother podcast or YouTube video all on its own. But raising your vibration, what it means is when you do good, usually good things happen back to you, and your vibration, the frequency that you operate at, raises. I don't have a ghost in my house. That's my cat hanging out under the curtains, moving the curtains. So community involvement is really, really key. It's so good on so many levels because you're putting yourself into the community, and you're not necessarily in business mode. I went to a community event. We were doing a going away party for the building manager where I live. We have 5 buildings. The manager was, long story short, I'm not going to get into all the details. He was leaving. So one of the people in the building organized an event for him because we really wanted to celebrate this person who's amazing. So I went to this event. I got so many people that were interested in the work that I do. And it wasn't because I was promoting myself. It was because I said, oh, I spent my day recording meditations today. And they're like, oh, because they asked what you did today or whatever. I can't remember how it went. It was a very simple conversation. And they were like, wow, I need to learn more. And I had somebody join one of my events. And that was just out doing community work. I was showing up to celebrate somebody. That's how easy client attraction can be. And you don't do it in a spammy way. You don't say, well, I am this, 10-star coach out there and I can create miracles and this is how good I am. It's not about that. It's about listening to people. And, one of these women, it's like, oh, you know what? I have a meditation or a self-hypnosis that you might like for that. You're having trouble sleeping, I got something for you. Would you like that? It's a free thing, That's building know, like, and trust. You're getting them into your world. And you're just helping people, keeping it simple. So we covered a lot. There's a lot of places you can get clients. The thing is, every single one of them requires you to get out of your comfort zone, take action steps, because with action comes clarity. And as you get feedback, you have to listen, you have to be a little bit intuitive. You have to dance all those things together. It's not here's my offer, put it out there, nobody wants it, and you stop. I see that happen a lot. Well, I only got one person to join my thing. Well, that's one person. Serve the hell out of them. Show them how awesome you are. And they're going to tell a friend, or you're going to get a testimony. You're going to ask for one, and you're going to build on that. And you're going to keep going. You're going to find another client. You can't stop. If you've got something good and you've got, which I know you do, every single person on this planet has a gift for this world. And it's leaning in and honing that and figuring out what it really is. And that comes with action. It doesn't come standing still, taking another course, trying to figure it all out. Unless, of course, you have multiple passions, like a lot of people in my world do. And I've actually just recently put together an ebook for multi-passionates, as well as a course to go along with it. So if you're interested in that, just write multi-passionate in the comments and I will connect you on that. Because most people I know have too many ideas. And here's what happens when you have too many ideas. You lean into one, and just what we talked about today, you don't get very far because it doesn't feel like it's working. And then you go on to the next shiny object, and the next thing, and the next one. And maybe I'll build a course on this. Things get better when you do it consistently over and over and over. There's been several times I wanted to give up on my membership because it's like, am I really helping people? That's my B inner circle, the mastermind. And there's a few times, but you know what? Every time I think that, I get these messages from people like, you have no idea how much you've helped me on this. It's like, it's working. It's working. I'm reaching people. I'm helping people. And what's happening is I don't see it out in the open so much. It's these little private messages that I get that are, wow, you helped me show up. I had one last night that somebody has some visibility challenges. They were teaching a live course for the first time. And she says, I didn't feel like throwing up. She got through it and she was so empowered by the end of it. And this was late at night last night. And it brings tears to my eyes because I've worked with this person for a while to get them to that space. And it's not something that came real easy for this person. And I'm so proud of this person. And I hope she's listening to this because it's powerful. And there, you build on that. And I now it's my job to encourage her to take the next step and the next step. And yes, it might feel hard again, but you got to keep going and pushing through that. Because she's doing amazing things. She's serving the world. Her clients need what she has to offer. And the same goes for you. So if you've loved this content today, I'd love you to click the like, the subscribe, help me grow my channel here. And, subscribing, actually, all of those little hitting all the bells and whistles help YouTube send it out to the right people. Okay? So I would love for you to do that. And remember, if you want anything to do with the multi-passionate side of things, if that's you, write multi-passionate in the comments. And comments, I'd love to hear your feedback. What do you want to hear from me? I'm gonna, my jam is money mindset, empowerment, confidence, all of those things, entrepreneurship. I've been in the business world for, a long time, 30 plus years. Don't want to age myself here. But I have a huge, massive toolbox that I bring to the table and certified in many different coaching modalities. I'm a CPA. I have a whole bunch of things. And all my content, gets infused together with all of that. So if there's something you want me to speak to, love to know what that is. With that, have an amazing day, and we'll see you next time.